First of all, thank you. Thank you very much, Rachit. Thank you, World AI Governance, and thank you, Bharat AI Mission, for inviting me, and thank you, this wonderful panel. I look forward to have a wonderful conversation. And this is the best time to discuss this. The stage we are in, India is conducting such a huge event, actually the biggest one. I've been to many summits, and there's nothing like it, what we are seeing here. Okay? So it's amazing to see that. Okay? And the conversation for open AI stack is very, very interesting. And when somebody says open AI stack, some people think that it's about model, but that's not completely true. There's a lot aspect that build your complete OpenAI stack, whether it's the model, whether it's the data, whether it's a skill set. So that's whether this is compute. So there are various angles to it, and we need to look at all those angles. With that, I will head to the panelists. I will ask a question, and perhaps I know what you're gonna answer, but anyways, I will ask. So, if AI stack has 4 layers, right? The model, the data, the compute, and put it everything as compute to make things simple, and the capability. Okay. Which one do you see? If you have to choose one, which one is important now?
I think data, I feel, is the most important because it is based upon the data that the models can be built, right? That the computation will act. So the quality of the data, the ethical issues, the privacy, the security. So if that data is of a good quality, my personal opinion is that data should be given the highest priority because it is on the basis of the data that the other components of your stack are built.
Very nicely said. Coming back to Dr. Sherin.
Yeah.
Yes, please do.
So, how many of you think like, is it model or cloud or data? How many of you agree like, can you raise hands if it is model? Data, okay. Just want to
So
hear.
they are from our university.
I would
They
actually,
are biased in their data.
I would actually add another layer. Let's add the fourth one, community, as also the 4,000, and then ask the same question.
See,
My answer is still the same.
Right, interesting.
So, my experience of 2 decades of enterprise applications. So, predominantly data is the main fuel. Okay. See, now what is happening is that models are coming and you have the cloud compute, but data remains the same. For Indian models, or let me say, currently we are working with some of the top diabetic doctors. They give data to us and they just simply tell Venkata, no cloud compute. You need to train my model, my data on your local system, on your servers. Okay. And currently, we do not have any models which are local. So that's what we are trying to do. Okay. See, what I observed in AI Impact Summit, nobody is talking about the SLMs. How many of you know SLMs? Raise your hands. Oh, okay. Sir, okay. So SLMs are nothing but small language models. Okay. So what we do is like we train the data on these small language models and then we secure the environment. Because I am from cyber security and I am from AI. Because see the hospitals and the banking sector, they need AI. But what is happening currently? They are using OpenAI, Claude, Gemini, and the data is the flux of, I think somebody morning they were telling about the data vomiting.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want target, but that is happening. Like, see, I will give an example. My CA, chartered accountant, so he does for 120 clients. Previously, what used to happen, he used to go to each line of transaction. Okay. Nowadays, simply, sir, OpenAI में upload कर दो, आधा घंटे में मेरा काम होता है.
Yeah.
Then, sorry, I'm using Hindi, but yeah. So, see, as a AI company, we feel very unsecured.
Mhm.
And he is also uploading my own data to.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, thanks for adding. Let's go to Dr. Sherin. I have a question because there was very good mention from Venkata for small models, and let it be any model. Okay. Are our universities ready, capable, and do they have everything that they need to take up that challenge, to contribute to this need of building these models? Because after all, your capability and the people who can build it comes from universities.
As per my understanding, my knowledge, I can tell that in terms of Indian universities, we do not lack the knowledge at all. We do not lack the capability at all. We have very good designers, very good coders, and currently, if we talk about, our students are using the prompts very well. Like I think in the news also, I think last week it was there that even exams are allowed by using ChatGPT, but they'll check your prompts. In many of the universities, they're allowing it. The thing is that we don't currently have the manufacturing capabilities. So when you are talking about artificial intelligence as a whole, you require that complete specification. But as per your question, that in universities and students level, they have the capability. They want the right direction.
Yeah.
I'll just take an example of our students who are here. Yesterday, they were so much involved in that that was special event where we have the first launch of the Bharat AI chapter. And today they are here. So this little bit of like pushing them towards the goals, because these are the goals. Yesterday, someone were there, they were hosting. Today they are being hosted. So this is a network. They need to understand that even coming to a particular attending a lecture where you can understand somebody who has a very well opinion about artificial intelligence, or even I think sir, we connected on LinkedIn yesterday. So that is also what artificial intelligence and these summits are doing. What they are bringing together, they are bringing together the connectivity. And in terms of Indian knowledge, in terms of Indian universities, we can even go with IITs and we can go with any other private university. The thing is that the right direction. It's important, and I think teachers, and because we are coming from the teaching community, we play a very, very important role. Because students, as कहते हैं ना कि जो parents होते हैं उनकी परछाई उनके बच्चे होते हैं, similarly we on this how we train our students, so they are our LLMs, like we are giving them but we are not giving them artificial intelligence, we are giving them the actual intelligence. The models that the development will come from them, and they do not lack that. We can tell from Jamia Hamdard perspective also, and many of the students which we are meeting, which we are connected in different events. I'll give you an example. We currently had, a ma'am is very much connected to IIIE. She's the main faculty coordinator there. We are connected with nerds. We had an event. They are so much capable of doing those events and carrying those events. Like as teachers, as we are just guiding them, but they have those. They have the designing. They design so well. A simple Canva design using a little bit of artificial intelligence, letting YouTube it of prompts. They design it so well that we are just the people who are mentoring them. But if we nurture them with good financial aspect, it is the requirement, because when you are developing some models, you require everything. You require knowledge in terms of financial, manufacturing. So why those students are going abroad? I think we should stop them here. We should build those environment, that those students who are coming to us saying that, ma'am, we want an LOR, so they should stop here and they should study here and bring better, because once people go outside, it's rarely they come back. Because the environment they get there. So I think what now this community setup has started is that students will have those setups, those labs, and those working environments here.
So if I sum it up, right? So you're saying that teachers are multipliers. Perfectly fine. That's what it is. Teachers are multipliers, and the capability is enormous. Agreed. 100% agreed. But we need that at a scale, right? We need that at scale. You said about Canva building and prompt, perfectly fine. We want to go deeper, right? We want to build the models.
Yes.
We want to know, we want to have our students to have that level of skill. And moreover, we need our teachers to have that skill, that they can train the students. Now, that's where I sometimes feel that we have a scope. And I really look for that what could that, how do we make that possible? Do you see, first of all, that gap? And what can we do? I know.
See, initially you started off that the last C, if I add to it, ma'am, will you change your answer?
Yeah.
I said no. But I think this is where the last C, which is the community, plays an important role.
Mm-hmm.
You had talked about university playing a pivotal role in doing this. Yes, definitely the university itself, universities across India or anywhere, I'm sure, are not capable of building such stacks. You need a community.
Yeah.
So when I'm talking about a community, I'm talking about the academicians, I'm talking about the government, because we need robust government frameworks.
Very interesting point though.
Yeah, because we need the policy frameworks, we need a direction that, and a major blockage I think where we are lacking is the funding aspect. Because for initiating anything, you need the funds, right?
Yeah.
And if I'm talking solely about a university functioning or doing something in building such models, right? The funds are needed. And the whole process of allocation is a bit tough, honestly, as far as India is concerned, because your application process and by the time things are allotted to you, and when it comes to the financial aspects, things get on becoming even more complex,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So, your question was whether the university itself, no, the universities cannot alone do the whole thing. The teachers are capable, the students are capable, but when you're talking about a university, it is a standalone stakeholder or a part of the community that can actually contribute.
Yes.
We need the startups, we need the academicians, we need the researchers, we need the industry, and we need the government support.
Yes.
So only when all these aspects of a community join together, that such stacks can be built up, and specifically in the Indian context.
Yes. Very good point.
See, currently what we are doing in Hyderabad is like we have a AI Anytime community, okay, and also we have our startup. So what we do is like we collaborate with the universities in Hyderabad, and we have a faculty development program, okay, FDP, okay, where we enhance the faculties. It's a train to trainer program where from our community members like Sonu and other people, I have Kalyan and other people. So these guys goes to the universities, they uplift, because most of what we found in faculty is like they are not there is a gap between the industry using using the latest process, and because we are into the practical aspects and we have the latest so that's what we are doing in Hyderabad. It's working very well, because what we see is like there is a in Hyderabad the engineering students, they are it's like what I can say is like currently I can take them directly into my company and then we can start the project like that. Okay. From the other perspective that madam was telling about the prompt engineering and other things, what we saw is like most of the engineering students, they are good at the prompt engineering but not the contest engineering, and also they are very good at vibe coding. Okay. So that part need to be changed and they need to go with the model training, the SLM model trainings. That's what the universities need to go about.
I think I will add a point. There's a K2 model, I think everybody has heard about. There's a university, Ambuza in Dubai. They have built their own model. and now they are organizing hackathons based on K2 model only. So I think this is a very, very good live example that we could start, because I think hackathons are some events which actually give those power in the hands of universities also, in the hands of students also, to deliver something. And there's a country which started that will not give a PhD unless and until you develop a product.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah,
not to take names, but I think this is again a very good thing. If you are developing a product like a PhD student, or if we talk about any of our master student, if they develop a product, and why don't we go? We go with the bachelor students also. If they develop a product, I think that's the best and basic understanding, and I think then we can easily go for those model developments.
To add to the point, see, in Hyderabad universities, we do a lot of hackathons, and what we do is like we give industry relevant use cases to these hackathons. Okay, that's how it works. Like, but what we saw from the universities is most of the use cases, either they are white coding that particular use case, because I have my technical guys, so that's the problem.
So now, all this conversation that we are doing so far, last few minutes, we talked about students, we talked about engineers. But when it comes to AI revolution, we are talking about much bigger base, right? 1.4 billion people. Where do you see the contribution of university or our society? And leave aside engineers, leave aside students. How do we make the other part prepared? And what kind of contribution they can do in this journey, or they don't do?
You're talking about the other stakeholders?
Yeah, other stakeholders, as in, for example, everyone is now using AI, right? I have a colleague of mine, she's a marketing professional, and she built complete marketing agency, not technical. She's not a student, she's 45 years old. She did the complete organization out of it. The whole application layer is being rebuilt as we speak. So there's huge scope wherein the people at large start building things, right? And they can contribute in this revolution. How do we prepare them? And what is their contribution? That's the question.
I think one of the roles how we can prepare them is by holding awareness, education. Startups can contribute. See, what happens is the bridge that he was talking about between the academia and the industry.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a fact that when we talk about the teachers, it's more about providing a theoretical framework where we try to build a strong base, right? But the actual, real, practical aspect, they can only get it when they have an exposure, when they're working in the industry. So that gap has to be filled, right? That is one aspect. Another aspect that I feel between another set of community stakeholders is between the academia and the startups. Because what we are trying to do is, see, when we are talking about, see, the patents or other things, right? We try to develop designs. The academia is more into developing designs. But when you are talking about the startups, they are more product based, right?
But you touched a very good point. Sorry to cut you there. The gap has to be built between design and industrial exposure.
Yes. And also product building.
In product building.
Today we are talking about, see, even when we teachers are applying for the patents, what is told to us is design aspect, you leave the design aspect, you give us a product, and not only a product which can be which can be industry based, rather it should be the one that can serve the society, which can benefit the society. So today, even the government initiatives, as far as I know, under the leadership of our Prime Minister Sahab, I think we are more talking about building things or productization in terms of society.
Yeah.
So those gaps need to be filled in such a manner that we actually talk about, standalones. So I think standalones, my perspective is we cannot directly talk about the standalones. पहले तो जो major stakeholders हैं, those gaps need to be filled, and then once these gaps have been filled, that they can be standalones who can work on their contribution.
Maybe a question to Mr. Venkata then. Industrial exposure is needed, right? It's agreed. There's a distance between what people learn and what they need to build. But now we are getting into an era of one-person unicorn, right? People are building a company alone. They don't need 100 people, 10,000 people team. How do we do that then?
That's a great question. So, see, predominant what I think is like, see what is happening, see, in my company, okay, so previously what used to happen is like, we used to have data engineers where they used to code, and the problem is like, the execution means like the development time has reduced a lot.
Drastically.
Yeah, drastically, using these Windsor or other tools.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we are doing in, see, from practical point of view, okay, see, the development time has reduced. So what we are doing is like, we are moving the basically the developers into the new skills, like, okay, see, we work for the enterprise applications and the AI development. So we move that the AI guy to the enterprise application. That's how we segregate the risk, like. But predominantly the what we call it as total turnaround time has reduced drastically.
Yeah.
Because of this lot of AI 4.6 and other things. Opus 4.6.
Yeah, so industry as we knew is collapsing. New wave of industry is being built, and then we also need
the development time getting reduced drastically.
Right. And also industries are getting wiped out certain places, right? Wherein some people were just writing, let's say, image creation for your ad. Now people are doing themselves.
My personal experience. See, my father-in-law saw me writing some prompts and other things, like, and he was telling, what is this prompt? I explained him, like, go to ChatGPT, like, he has some basic computer knowledge and one day he came to me, he was telling, no, my furniture, he has lot of companies, but furniture shop, he needs some website. Suddenly he came to me and he has shown me, like, he was asking from I think 1 year, like, I need a website, and I was busy, I was not caring. But I think few days back he showed me a website. I developed the website. I was like, see, that's the level of.
That's the thing, right? He did not.
It's happening in my family. So
so no industry exposure, right?
No. He's become.
Yeah. Let's bring the question, bring it back to another angle of question, and I'll pose it to all three of you.
So for this, I would like to add what Sir told. I think quantity doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
I think most of the students who are, because we are teachers and we are connected with students a lot, they tell that when we go to startup, we are able to learn more things because they are learning from scratch there. And secondly, those who are having startups, they don't want 10 or 20 people. They want 2-3 people who have that knowledge and who have that stamina to withstand little bit. Like maybe they'll get less salary, maybe, but they will get to learn a lot. Yeah. So those startups and those organizations are searching for these type of people who can at least live, like survive. Because I think for a startup, survival is the most important thing. And secondly, they should have the knowledge. I will give you an example. Currently, National School of Drama, they are having a very big event currently which is going on, and they had everything on their in their model that was not on the React base. That was a model that was on using a different like engine. So they asked me, and they told connected us that they have those whole repository, and we just want a website to be built, and that website should be not on React based, because everybody is on, because they had the old repository. So our students and many of other collaborative students in I think less than 15 days, they digitize everything. You can go and check with the National School of Drama website. So what is the thing? Those students did not because of money, they didn't get all, but they got the exposure. Now they have added in their GitHub that this product, like this website is coded, and they have, so this is the exposure they are getting. So I think that is very important. What we were talking about, the data, this is the data that is now available on these GitHubs, and they are nowadays when the recruiters come, they don't have that, they don't want a resume. They say, we'll check your everything on your GitHub. We just want the GitHub link. We just want to see what is the information that you have uploaded in Kaggle. So I think this is the most important thing that the students have found out, and those who are going as per this they are getting good internships, they are getting good jobs also, and I think this thing matters a lot.
Very true. So India has a specific situation, right? We got many languages, and language is always a thing. But we also have many verticals of industry. And the thing is, we are starting, and we have ambition to be sovereign. We have ambition to be in control. So what should be the priority? Should that be to accommodate all languages, that we focus on having models that can be in every language? Or should that be priority be that let's first focus on industrial segments, that we shall have models every segment? Perhaps Venkata, you may like to pick it up. Huh?
I think first we need to train the models to the business specific use cases. I can give you currently we don't have any.
And then let's keep it short of this.
Sorry. I will keep on
from everyone.
So let us take diabetic food.
Yeah.
The major problem, South India, North India, you take it. Okay. How many models we have to identify a diabetic food, whether it's a pseudomonas, a bacteria? I'm going a little bit deeper. We don't have any models. You take CBCT. How many of you went for CBCT scans? Anyone CBCT? 3D scans? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So there is no model which can identify what is the tooth ratio. There are three types. One is the pre-processing, analysis, and post-processing. No model is there.
I get the mandate. So industry first, and then we focus on
The language.
Parul.
Even I feel so that first we need to have specifically sector tailored, fragmented portions of the society where we work upon or we build models. For example, again and again I'm focusing only in the Indian context, because I think that should be our primary concern.
Yeah.
So the major sectors that we have in India are the healthcare, the agriculture, right? And of course other sectors that we have, the energy, or right. But at the same time, I think the models need to be specific, first tailored to according to the sectors, and then we can talk about the multilingual aspect. As I started off saying at that time that India is a diverse country, right? We are talking about, I think, 22 or 23 languages being spoken. So with that multilingual, we need a stature, we need infrastructure, we need the policies, we need everything to be in place to actually develop it for a multilingual aspect.
Yeah.
So first, it should be a sectored one. And see, we all also have to understand that as far as India is concerned, I think the major hurdle we are talking about only the urban aspects of the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
We are focusing only how things will work,
That's just the start.
how the universities will work, how the industries are working, right?
Yeah.
But if we talk about the one who is providing us the food, who is the farmer, right? What are we actually doing it for the agriculture segment?
Yes.
Though certain innovations have taken place in the last few years, where we are talking about the Bharat AI Mission, the digital India and everything, we are developing apps, right? But we all, I think sitting over here, we all will agree still there is a big rural and urban divide.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We are focusing on things, we are talking about building models, we are talking about the data, but what about those aspects in terms of the rural ones?
Yeah, that's there.
Right?
But I get the sense of it that you're saying that first focus the
Or
segments
industry, the
and then
segments.
go towards the multilingual aspect. Dr. Sherin,
I think
very quick.
Harshini has done something. I think Harshini is one of the models that has started those multilingual aspects, and I think this is a good government initiative. And as ma'am told, that getting to the roots, I think because we are sitting at IIT Delhi, I think this is again a government initiative, that's the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. We are connected here with it, and many of our students are there. So what we are doing is giving back to the society. That is also very, very important. So in our university especially, we are connected on those societal aspect, and how we are connected through the technical knowledge. So we are embracing both of the things. The engineers' technical knowledge going through the roots and giving back to the society. So I think that's the thing, that as a circle, if we continue, we'll at least we'll try to bridge this gap a little bit.
Yeah. So if I sum it up, what I'm hearing as a joint voice, that first, if there's a situation when we need to make choice, then it shall be first the segments, industrial, get the capabilities, then build it, localize it, and for every language. Okay. That's a good takeaway. Then moving forward, also we have, I think, 15 more minutes. 15 more minutes. So we'll keep a little bit shorter and move forward. We touched earlier, right, about literacy and student, and there's a big part of people who are not students, not engineers, and I bring that back because I'm involved with literacy, and I believe that literacy itself has to be changed. Who needs literacy and what kind of literacy? I wanna get your viewpoint, and especially from Dr. Parul and you, Dr. Sherin, that how do you think that should literacy scope be changed from policy-wise, and should we add disciplines in education system to have the people not bounded by age, like 18 years and then you are past now, and that's it. We do have in bits and pieces certain for senior citizen, but given the dramatic change we are in, should we relook that aspect? Should we have some mechanism to bring people at large in schools, colleges, or whatever informal learning setup?
See, if we talk about the one who is not educated, hasn't attended the school, right? Because I feel that education is not to do with going to the schools, right?
Yeah.
You can be educated otherwise with your own sense and other things, right? The ecosystem might be enabling you to grow. So if I talk specifically in terms of, say, the agriculture sector, for example, so when I'm talking about the farmers, then I think there are several education programs which are in place to actually tell them about this AI aspect of things.
No, but I'm talking about doctors, I'm talking about lawyers, I'm talking about teachers, and I'm talking about professors.
So you're already talking about the one
people
who
are
is
educated, but they are not literate with AI. And they have capability to build certain things, because that's what a lot of people are doing. They are building their own solutions. So should there be basic minimum AI literacy kind of approach for citizen at large?
I'm sorry, but I don't think I would agree with the aspect where we are saying that at least the teachers or the lawyers, the one who is already educated, is not AI literate.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody who is using a mobile phone is AI literate. Because
That's
I
one way of
think-
defining. Yes.
I think ChatGPT is so much into our lives and our daily course that even a small thing that we want an answer to, we are using.
Yeah.
Right? So, I would differ in this opinion where I think we need to look at those who are not actually AI fluent. Rather than talking about the already literate ones using AI.
Yeah.
So that is my own perspective.
So people who are able to engage, they are AI literate. That's
Yeah,
how
I think in
mean.
today's world, at least,
Yeah.
that AI literacy does
How do you
exist.
see that, Dr. Sherin?
I think age is just a number. I think I can ask most of the people who are sitting here, how many of you feel like 25? Everybody raise hand for feeling 25. Who are less than 25 to who are more than 25. So I think I learned so many things from these students, from my son, and from the people, because my son is doing the same, that's a different thing, but we are learning from our children. They are much better AI literate. We are coming from the computer science background, but I can tell you, many of the prompts I learned from my son, from my students, and I don't feel hesitant that I am little loud. I am learning because we as teachers, we are learner every day. So I think age, and I learned from our grandparents also. Maybe not AI literacy, but the right knowledge. And I think AI, what does AI want? AI wants the right knowledge, the right design, the right capacity, the right model building. So I don't think that this age is a factor. We can learn from many people, but the thing is that there could be a difference that when we are going for, because there may be people who don't understand what is LLM, okay, but they can give you a design, they can give you a prompt which can help you build an LLM. So I also give you an example that in there's a college in Vidisha in Bhopal. Google hired a student who was not an engineer with a very high package, and Google told that we don't want coders. We have hundreds and thousands of coders. He was a person who was giving them very good designs. He was a person who was giving them very good ideas, very good model buildings aspect. I think this is the main thing so age doesn't matter in art. There can be a person who's 60, 65. There can be a person who's less than, I think 15, 20 are giving you very good prompts. And I think we as middle age, we also learning from both the things. So it should be a mixture.
So I get your point. So everyone should be should get familiar of using AI and in the right way. So you are going a little bit forward and not just knowing. Maybe you should also be understanding. That's where you are putting
what the teachers and what we are doing when we are hiring or when we are selecting some students, we get to know where to take them.
So Venkata, what would you say? And also maybe I will make it a little bit extension to the question for you. So the way UNESCO defines and European Union define literacy framework, right? They come up with 4 capability level: engage, create, manage, or build. So what you talked earlier are really build guys, right? They build. What we talk about Dr. Raju or people like that, they are manage guys, they define. So they need to have that awareness that how AI works, then they can manage, right? Engage is what Dr. Parul truly defined. Create is the biggest space, right? Where you not just, let's say you are able to create media for your whole agency, company, a small company, 1-person company. Somebody is able to create an AI agent, a teacher creating AI agent to create. So not doing the chatting, you are doing AI agent. And that's the create level of literacy. So engage is fine because that comes more as huge and your curiosity. You do most of it. But do we need to do broader or not for people who are not in education system anymore? Who are neither a student nor teacher. Should we go beyond engage for them or not? Or should we say that everyone should be able to just familiarize with?
That depends on the curiosity level of that particular person. Like if he is curious for the learning part, then automatically he can explore. Because this is from the larger population, right?
Right.
So,
Right.
see how my own personal thing, what I explained you from my father-in-law.
Yeah.
He has that curiosity, and he has a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it is not getting resolved.
Right.
So the curiosity made him to develop that particular thing.
Right. Curiosity is one of the biggest assets in coming days, huh? So whoever has it is gonna shine many ways.
Yeah.
But in,
That's what I saw
Yeah.
personally. Okay,
Yeah.
because at some literally age,
Mhm.
the curiosity, they have curiosity. They
Mhm. Hello, Dr. Inder.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Good to have you.
We have a wild card entry.
Yeah.
So all this is here now, so maybe we can, kind of.
Yeah, we will. We are reaching to the conclusion, and we had very fantastic conversation so far. I really liked it. Okay, so let's have a very quick round. Okay, so if I have to just in one line, because I want to have one question for Dr. Inder at least before we wind it up.
Only one question,
Yeah,
please.
only one question at least. So if India has to get open AI strategy right in next 3 years, okay, what are the max 3? You have flexibility to have 1 point, 2 point, or 3 point. Keep it precise, okay? And what are the 3 things India shall do? And we start with
Well,
Dr. Inder. Yeah.
thanks for putting this question to me. But short, as rightly you said that what India needs to do, especially for the for the coming down the line for 3 years. If, hello. If you see the roadmap, I'll say as the India densely populated, we have 140 million people over here. My thing is that not only one particular person can thought into this process what will be the roadmap. Cumulatively, all across the intellectual, the academia, the government, and the industrial, I'm talking about the researchers, the industrial entrepreneurs, the big, I'm talking about the corporates and all that, cumulatively will have to, come to one particular ground where we have to cumulatively thought and given a thought of what exactly is needed is the governance. See, everything has been put into a rightly place as an AI, its implications, its protocols, prototypes, so many things, as rightly all people knows about this, the integrity of that. But until unless you don't have the governance, you don't have those rules, you don't have those things which governs, which controls, which percolate those things for the higher parts. You cannot accelerate that particular speed. And when you need a particular speed, you need to have those things also because you need to have a control. Getting a particular accident without a knowledge, stating that I was not aware with the particular rules and laws, this is not going to solve the problem. But the only thing is that, yes, everybody are, as I say, that people, the entire fertility, the ecosystems has to grow up. And once we said why and how it will grow up, thing is that the research, the academia, and the role of youth people, I'm talking about the people sitting over here, and those are, all across India and all that, has cumulatively planned it, put into a thought, and put a particular representation in front of the government. That's please make the law, the governance, and we are free to do. We have innovations. Nobody need to tell us how to innovate, because ultimately a particular person who is sitting down to the corner of our geographical area of India, you ask him what and how you do, and he use a particular word which you call jugaad. And jugaad is nothing. Is basically what is an idea. It's an innovations.
Yeah.
And how to put that particular thing, he knows it, but he only knows it how to scale up it. He needs your support. He needs our wisdom. He needs the humanitical part, the ethical part. The strongest part of that, he needed that at least I'm going to do it. I'm going to take it forward, right? but what you are going to deliver me, give me the things which I should be in the line of the requirement, line to the proficiency, what our India required. And it is not a market. Very frankly speaking, as he said, 3 years. I said, we already proved it. I'll tell you very frankly. We already proved it in 2016 till 2024. If you see the growth, what we are given is 263%, and which is a very good compared to all across the globe. And rightly we said we are the best in one, that the India has already shown the capabilities, and we are putting the best part, that is we are the one in scalability and the penetration part of the AI. And not only that, even as women sitting over here, I have things, two people are already there. Yeah. So I can say that if you see this, we are the number one, that they are the user of it. So this is the beauty of our India. This is the beauty of our Bharat. And if I say down the 3 lines, we already proved 263%. I can say not only we had given so many first, we had given zero, we had given so many grants and things are there. But my only submission, we have seen the AI summit is going on. Our honorable PM has put up a lot of efforts. Ashwani has rightly said, we had also done the world #1 AI summit, which has just taking place in India, has done it and proved it what we are. So please don't tell us what we need to do. Please tell us how to govern it, how to put that right track, so that we can explore and we can put that things in front of the world, that we are unstoppable. We are not selfish. We are not thinking for only whatever we makes the things for India. We are there to offer for world, affordable, scalable, and reliable. The reliable is not on that word as a economy. Reliable is that you can trust it. You can trust with our ethos, with our culture, what we have. Thank you.
Very well said. So if I have to sum up, our gene has jugaad at scale, right? So we have innovation at scale, and governance is what we need, and wisdom to support that jugaad at scale. That's the 3 things. Very nicely said. Let's go to Dr. Sherin. 30 seconds, Dr. Sherin.
To sum up, I think the power lies in the implementation. We are lagging on that aspect. Like, we have so much of ideas, we have so much of designs. I think many of the summits, many of the conferences, when we attend, we like 2-3 days or 10 days, we think of doing something extraordinary. But then after that, we normally forget it. And that's the thing, because we a little bit lag with the financial support also, we lag with a lot of things. So I think implementation is the power. If those financial aspects and implementation go on beyond, and those youth play an important role, and those ideas, if captured correctly, if implemented, I think we will be the best. Like what with the AI summit is doing, what we will doing is building on the real products, building on the real models that we can do. We have the power, and we have to scale up on that aspect also.
Nice. Good. Dr. Parul.
I'll sum up with 3 to 4 takeaways that I was focusing on. If we are talking about AIforAll, if we are talking about the missions and achieving all these things, the first thing is the rural and the urban divide is a challenge which has to be bridged. We need to talk about the ethical aspects of AI. We need to, in Indian context, we need to talk about efficient AI which is not built upon large models, but as I said, we need to make AI such enabled that it focuses on small sectors and fragments. And then we can go about building up multilingual stack models. Right?
Very well said.
So that's my summary. Thank you.
Mr. Venkata.
From my side, I think government is already doing the stuff, but we need a lot of compute. Okay, that's where the startups are struggling with when we go for the larger implementation cycles. Okay,
Mhm,
so
mhm.
we need a lot of compute power. That's what we need.
Yeah, very well. It was such a fascinating conversation. Dr. Inder missed it for some time, but it was really nice one. So if I have to sum up, I think I will sum up in 4 points. And based on the wisdom that I gained here. So India must align on policy where governance comes, and so there has to be policy action, and it cannot be one go, it has to be continuous happening. We need to enable academia to fix the gap from design to implementation. Earlier there used to be industry where people go and learn, now industry itself is getting democratized very differently. So that gap has to be filled. And support startups through various means that needs to be there. And the most important one, more closer to my heart, build AI literacy at a scale. And that is what is needed to really take our open source AI journey forward. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure speaking to you.
But before we sort of, see, actually when I came late, I thought this will be more interactive, but unfortunately, if I sum up it with giving a thought, I put up a very 4 things, wonderful thoughts, basically which rightly, which is fit into this particular arena, that we didn't give the word zero, so that we could remain zero in AI. The country that taught the world to count cannot forget to count itself in. India, best days in technologies are not behind us. They are 10 years ahead. And you are the ones who will build them. And the last, let us not build AI for India alone. Let us build AI that makes the whole world feel a little more like home. Build it open, I'm talking about to all of you. Build it kind, build it for billion, build it for the world. Jai Hind, Jai Vigyan, Jai Bharat.